Hey guys, Trina here, back with another mixed media art video. Today I'm going to be working with the Lyra Aquacolor art crayons and also with my Boku Undu Sumi watercolor set. I'll also be using some paintbrushes and this Lyra graphite stick and a black pencil. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is lay down some marks. I'm not sure what I'm going to make today. Today's session is all about play and experimenting and having some fun with the materials. No real intention other than to make shapes, colors, patterns, and play with transparencies. So I've got some initial marks. I'm going to use this Lyra 9B graphite stick, and if you wet it down with a little bit of water, you get these really cool black marks. It makes it almost like a paint stick, which is really cool. It's a good way to start. I like to warm up this way, get something down so I'm not intimidated by the paper, and just start creating. So now I'm going to go in with some of this yellow ochre color here, and I'm just going to start applying it to the paper in a wash to lay down some base layers. These Japanese watercolors are a bit more like a gouache than they are a traditional watercolor. They're not quite as transparent and a little bit more opaque, so they act a little differently, and I kind of like that. It doesn't work for everybody, as they're not traditional watercolors in the way you would think of watercolors, but they're really great for mixed media, and that's why I bought them. This is the traditional set. It comes in a variety of sets, and I will leave a link above to a video that I made when I swatched these a while back. So I'm going with some black and adding some yellow into that to make green, which is my favorite way to make green. I like mixing my own green colors. You can see there is a green on this palette, but it's a little too bright for me. So I wanted to make something that was a little bit more of what I was looking for. An olive green, if you will. And the more yellow you add to that, the brighter it's going to be. But it's black and yellow are a good way to make green. So I'm going to try to add in some white to this to even lower the tint just a little bit and get sort of a light wash there. Adding in some of this burnt umber color to the yellow ochre color to make a more of a yellowish brown, orangey color. It's a little different than what we used before, but it adds a nice layer to the painting. And again, I'm not really sure what I'm making here. I just sort of go with whatever I feel the work needs and just having some fun on a Saturday afternoon. Adding some big swaths of wash. And I'm going back in with the Aquacolor Lyra art crayons. This is a burnt sienna color, which is sort of along the palette. These colors that I'm going to use here are a little brighter than what we started out with, and I kind of want to contrast the muted colors of the watercolor with these dark colors. As you can see, if you add a little bit of water into the Lyra art crayons, you do get sort of a wash, and that's another way to use them as well. I sort of like just making really bold marks. The one drawback that I had when I swatched these, I'll leave a link up above for that as well, is that they don't mix well on their own. Like it's really hard to mix them on the paper and blend them together, but as solid colors they work great. So it's really just a matter of learning to use the materials that you have and what their limitations are. So that's why it's important to swatch things and play and figure out how you can use them, especially if you're a mixed media artist, how you can use them with other materials to make your work. I like to add in the color in 3 to 5 different places to make the eye move around the piece. And I'm just sort of going in with some light spaces of color, something that's a little different, doing a little cross hatching. I'm going to try this white out, and I'm not quite sure about the white. It doesn't seem to really do anything. It's just sort of there. I haven't quite figured out how to use that yet. So we're just going to blend that in. It didn't really do anything, but you know, you gotta try. So now I'm going to go in with this really bright green and add in some of those colors to really make it pop and give it a little, some more cool tones over the dark warm tones. You really kind of have to press pretty hard on these to get them to be as dark as you want, but I'm kind of liking that it's, you get to be a little aggressive with them. I have broken a couple of these because I pressed too hard. I'm gonna mix these together here a little bit. Give me a little blue-green color. And then I'm just kind of drawing back in and making some more lines. Going in with this sort of cranberry red color. I like a pop of red. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I like a red color. I also want to welcome all the new subscribers. I've noticed that I've had a few extra people watching my videos lately, and I want to welcome you all to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a video. I do about 1 to 2 videos a week, and it's just pretty much me painting. So if you like to watch people make stuff, then come join me. So I'm going back in with this yellow ochre color to kind of add in some darker spots and create some more layers on top of there. This is me thinking about what I'm going to do. You got to stop and look every now and then. It's important to stop and look at the work and see what it needs. So I'm going to add some more blue in. And I like that mark right there. I like how it really makes it pop out. Also, this video is 2 times the speed, so it may seem a little quick, but this is about 20 minutes of work for me, which is usually what I always set a timer for 20 minutes on my phone, so I don't go longer than that, because if I do, I feel like 20 minutes is the perfect time to do a quick sketch. So when the timer goes off, I am done. Regardless of where the piece is at, it's just done. It also keeps me from overworking the piece and making it really, really, really messy. And now I'm going to add in a bit more of these greens. You can see that I'm moving the crayon around a little bit, 'cause it's important to do that so you make different marks and you're not making the same mark everywhere. And now I'm going to get really bold and go in with some black. Really want this black to stand out in the middle of this piece. I want it to be a statement. I want it to be bold. And I love a big bold. As much as I love a red mark, I really love black. I think adding black to your work is, at least for me, is important. I know a lot of people are scared of it, but I embrace it. I love it. I think it just immediately adds weight and heaviness and gives you immediate depth, especially if you paint it over the top of something. All the layers in the back tend to fall away and you really get the depth of the piece. So I use a lot of black. And you can see already how much different the piece looks after adding the black marks, and it kind of flows a little better. I'm really liking this piece. I think it's interesting. I'll have to sit with it for a while and decide if I truly love it, but I do like where it's gone so far. And like I said, 20 minutes is all I get. So we're approaching the end of that. And my timer just went off, so I'm done. Oops, I ripped my paper. And I'm going to peel off the tape and take you guys in for a close-up. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely day. Bye.